Hey, this is Leonard with Rocky Mountain Bee Supply. We just shot the video with Dolly doing the install of the package. Now it's come time to release the queen. So we're going to kind of walk through how you release your queen from her cage. Dolly set this hive up here with a feeder. So we're going to go ahead and disassemble the feeder. We're going to just set it to the side. Really do like these hive top feeders. They do very well for the bees. Open up our inner cover. You can already see the package. They're nice, healthy. They look nice and busy in here, which is great. They're all centered on these center frames. We can see where Dolly hung the queen right here. So we're going to go ahead and split those frames apart. Go ahead and get the queen. She's hung right here. Dolly hung her very nice. Remember, she hung her with the screen facing parallel so that the attendants were able to feed her. And you see her in there. She's walking around. She looks healthy and happy. What we're looking for now is whether or not the worker bees, the attendants, have accepted her. One way to check is you could brush them with your finger and then watch how they come back. If they come back in a gentle manner and looks like they're trying to stick their proboscis in and attend to her, they've accepted her, just like what we just saw there. If I were to brush them and they were to come back in an aggressive manner, hanging on, clinging to that cage, possibly sticking their stinger down towards the queen, that's a clear sign that they have not accepted her yet. But she looks great. Dolly installed this package 3 days ago. So she's had 3 days of introduction here. Rule of thumb, I won't do it any less than 2 days and probably no more than 5 days. But 3 days is a good point to get in here and release your queen. So these California mini cages usually come with a cork. And you can see the cork still in there, and in fact it's pretty far in there for this one. They've already started chewing through that cork to release her. So I'm going to have to dig in there just a little bit to get this one out a little bit further than what I expected it to be. So what I want to do is be very careful, because when I do pull this cork out, that queen's going to shoot out of there like a rocket. So you're going to be very careful. You don't want your queen to fly away. Remember, at this stage, they're young, newly mated, so they are able to fly. If they happen to fly, it's not the end of the world, but keep in mind that she's going to orient off the last thing that she saw, which is you. So you'll want to just stand real still, and more than likely she'll fly back and go right down into the frames. So you saw with my pocket knife, I went ahead, I pulled out that cork. So the cork's out. I got my finger over the hole because you don't want her to release too before you want her to. Like I said, she'll shoot out like a rocket if you're not careful. What I want to do is get close down to the frames so that, I'll turn it so you can see, so that she crawls right out and crawls right down into the frames. Hopefully here we'll see her head on down and out. If she doesn't head out soon, the worker bees come in to guide her out. Yeah, let's turn her a little bit here. It's kind of fun to watch them. And you can see a couple worker bees are going in there helping to guide her out, but she hasn't walked out on her own yet. Come on, girl. It's like she realizes that that cork has been removed, does she? Move these attendants over. And she's got several attendants in there with her. Some people at this point, if they're worried about releasing her and her flying, they'll pull that cork out and they'll put like a gummy bear in there or a small marshmallow, poke it in there, and then they'll just hang the cage again. The bees will eat through that in a relatively short period of time, and she'll just release naturally. But let's see what's going on here. She doesn't want to come out of there, does she? I have to speed her up here. Lots of attendants in there with her. Okay, girl, come on out. If not, I'm going to just pry the screen up and make sure she comes out. At this point, I could just hang the cage right back in here and she'll come out on her own also. In fact, for this video, we may just do that. That's it? And go ahead, just let her release on her own? Okay. So as you can see, the cork is out. It's open. There are attendants going in and out. She'll come out. She's a little shy right now, apparently. So we're just gonna hang that cage right back in here. We'll push the frames back together so it's snug. And she'll walk right out of there here in a couple of minutes. Okay, that's how easy it is to release your queen. Once again, this is Leonard from Rocky Mountain Bee Supply, and we look forward to seeing you in the store. You guys have a good one now. Bye.